Well, good morning and welcome to beautiful Spice Country, Grenada. And we're at the Dream 11 T10 tournament. Day number 4, match day number 4, matches 7 and 8 today. And matches 7 and 8 will feature the Cinnamon Pacers going up against the Bayleaf Blasters and the Saffron Strikers going up against the Clove Challengers. Those are the matches for today. The first match is scheduled to start at 12 o'clock and the second at 2:30 this afternoon. My name is Jason Skeet. With me is Raphael Croney, and we will be joined by Affy Fletcher and Clyde Rondell John as we go through the course of the afternoon. We're going to be here with you at least for the next 4.5 to 5 hours to bring you exciting cricket and exciting T10 action. A fantastic day for cricket it is. The sun is out in all its glory, and according to our friends at the Met Office when we checked in this morning, we're looking at glorious sunshine for the most part of the day today, and that's good news because the weather has been very inconsistent and more so leaning on the side of almost disturbing play yesterday and totally disrupting it the day before. So today we're looking at 26 degrees throughout the course of the afternoon, maxing out to 30. We're just about 31 now, but we're going to max out to about 30. Cloudy with spells of sunshine and a 69% cloud cover, so not as much cloud cover as we've had for the last couple of days, and that's a good sign. Raphael Croney, good morning.
Good morning, Jason, and good morning, evening to our viewers. Certainly a beautiful day today. The sun, the pitch is looking. This is probably the third day, fourth day playing on this particular pitch, but still looks in good condition, and we expect some keen contests today.
All right, well, as you said that, let's get ready to go downstairs for the toss because the two teams playing first this morning, this after, well, 12 o'clock this afternoon. The Cinnamon Pacers and the Bayleaf Blasters, and Kerry is out there. Let's go down for the toss.
Welcome to the toss for match number 7 on day number 4 of the Dream 11 Spice LT10 tournament. The opponents today are the Cinnamon Pacers and defending champions Bayleaf Blasters. The goal of both teams is to win this important matchup and give themselves 2 points. We have it as the match referee, Mr. Carl Felix, and our 2 captains, the home captains of today's match, Micah Narayan of Cinnamon Pacers and Devon Smith of Bayleaf Blasters. Mr. Match referee, over to you.
Home captain, you will spin the toss with coin, and Devon, you will call.
The call is a tail, and for the 7th consecutive time in the tournament, it is a tail. Devon Smith winning another toss. Was a decision of the Bayleaf Blasters?
We'll have a ball first.
Seems to, as I said, mentioned just a moment ago, 7 consecutive tails. It looks like the tails have it.
Yeah. I lost 2 out of 2. I just decided I'm not going to change a call tail today. It happened at the workout, so let's hope that's a good sign.
You guys had, I guess, a much-deserved break yesterday, coming back a little fresher. Bowling first, what do you think you'd want your guys to execute today?
Try and reduce them maybe by 80, 70 runs. I think we have the bowling to really do that and back ourselves to go there and score that runs. But having said that, I think we're looking forward to that game. I think it's a must-win game for us.
Last match, you guys really didn't execute well with the bat, and I'm sure you'd be hoping that for the second half of the match, the batsmen can get back to that sort of form they were in for the first match.
Yeah, I think the second game, we didn't make enough runs, I should say. But having said that, I think that we really thought that we could have still go there and defend that 80 runs. But that's the game of cricket, so we're just looking forward to today and hope that we have a much better game.
All right, well, therefore, all the best to you guys and Bayleaf Blasters for this encounter.
Thank you very much.
Micah, another toss going against you. I think that's what 0-3 for you, but being asked to bat first for the 3rd time. What do you think you want to get right to the batting today?
Well, I think the batting order wasn't bad last game. The only thing that killed us the last game, I think, is the dot balls, and I think we come into this game and work on this.
With that said, coming up against, the lineup, the batsmen, play them against individuals there for a number of years. What do you think a total you'll be able to defend in the second half of the match?
I think any team batting first in this tournament, anything between 100 and 120, I think is a good score. And I think if we ever get there, I think we could defend this total.
You guys have lost your first 2 matches, an important 3rd match for you. What have you told the guys in terms of getting them focused for this one?
I tell them guys and them, just go there and play your game. Start putting pressure on yourself, go there and play what you know best and come out successful.
All right, well, Micah, we want to wish you and Cinnamon Pacers all the best for this encounter.
Thank you.
All right, to recap the news from the middle, Bayleaf Blasters, they've won the toss and they've decided to take the field first.
And they've sent in the Cinnamon Pacers to have first strike. Has been the case here for throughout the entire tournament. The team winning the toss has never batted first since the start of this tournament. They've always been prepared to send in the opposition, and that's the story here this afternoon. Quickly, Rupert Hollis and Sean Manwaran, those will be the two gentlemen in the middle, getting ready, walking out now. You see them on your screen there. And they will be in charge of the action as soon as we get ready to get the first ball down. And, well, what are your predictions today, Crony? Because the Bayleaf Blasters, the defending champions, they are up against it, really. They need to come out with a win here today, the Bayleaf Blasters.
Yeah, they certainly will need to bounce back. They won the first game and then lost the second game. I think it was that second game they played, they would have lost it. So they would want to bounce back here, coming up with a third game. They wouldn't want to be really losing two in a row. And I think Devon Smith and the boys would certainly want to do much better today. But Cinnamon Pacers, a team that certainly we cannot write off. They played very well the first game. And they too will want to continue their winning ways.
Cinnamon Pacers have not won a game, Rifle Crony. They've lost the first two games that they've played. So they lost to the Clove Challengers on day one, and then the Cinnamon Pacers, they lost to the Nutmeg Warriors yesterday. So the Cinnamon Pacers playing two, losing two. This is their third encounter coming up against the Bayleaf Blasters. They would love to pick up a win here as well, because right now they're swimming at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, they will want to win. I think it's more important here that Pacers look to start the ball rolling in terms of putting some points to the name. And it will be interesting to see Mike and Aaron and the boys. He will want to play a captain's inning. Certainly want to lead from in front, as we see both.
Well, Chandel Regis and Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, the opening pair for the Cinnamon Pacers. They're heading out to the middle, and no doubt Nkosi Saint-Hilaire had a really good knock yesterday, played very well, and would love to continue in his form. I think he scored just about 50. He got a half century yesterday. 49. Yeah, he just missed out on a half century yesterday. 49, but a good knock for him yesterday. So, and he's shown some form. He's shown some class. He would love to continue in that winning ways today. So, no doubt, Nkosi Saint-Hilaire would love to continue with that form. On the other end with him, of course, is Chandel Regis. Chandel Regis has not gotten off just yet. He looks quite accomplished. Haven't seen much of him throughout his career, but he looks quite accomplished, and he would love to really get among the runs. It's important that he does.
Yeah, he's one of the players that Pacers really looking forward to. And I think he had a very good tournament at the first edition. The second edition, he did well. So they're really looking for him to really cement, particularly the top half of the batting. Right. He has really not come of his own, and certainly they will want him to really turn things around today.
Very good. With the ball, of course, just as you would anticipate for the Bayleaf Blasters, Nilon Pascal will have the first go at it. Of course, he's been bowling very well. Nilon Pascal, he has had a very good tournament so far, picking up some good crucial wickets in the tournament. And the first delivery?
The first delivery, he's dropped at a really simple catch at point there. We see what happens. Shortish delivery. And as we see here, the batsman just steered it. And went straight in and straight out.
Caught him by surprise, I think. Wasn't looking for it first up. But this is T10 cricket, and it's pressing gas from the word go. So Nilon Pascal, of course, always threatening, putting the ball in the right areas, utilizing that dangerous bit of acreage right in front of the batsman. Always threatening Nilon Pascal. This time he's turning, popping. This time, Danger there, living dangerously. He was in all sorts of confusion and picking up the top edge and just rolling, well, skying it down to third man actually, and picking up a single. A much needed single for them, but living dangerously, of course, is Nkosi Saint-Hilaire.
Yes, Saint-Hilaire has really some difficulty with that delivery. Turned him around a bit. You could see it lifted and seemed to move away from him. And he probably was looking to play somewhere on the onside. Took the top half of the bat and went down to third man, just dropping one bounce. The fielder at third man, and he picked up the first run of the inning.
Weaver Benjamin having some quick words there with Nilon Pascal. You saw a while ago, and Pascal now will have to deal with the left-hand, right-hand combination. Shondell Regis is now on strike. Just one run for the morning, 2 deliveries bowled. And one simple drop catch going down, one simple chance going down. And what could have been another opportunity been picked up late. This time he's threatening on the onside. And Nilon Pascal is operating with fire. Leg byes, nothing coming off the bat just yet. But Nilon Pascal is operating with some kind of fire here this morning.
Yep, very good delivery there. That struck Regis on the pad and just came into him. And probably seemed to be missing the leg stump, but very good delivery.
He's been spot on already, Nilon Pascal, the experienced Nilon Pascal. This time he's driving up to mid-on, nothing there, no run. Good shot by Nkosi Saint-Hilaire. I've got to get his name right. There's a tongue twister in his name. I've got to get it right. Nkosi Saint-Hilaire. Generally, when things like that happen, you say it about 5-6 times quickly and get the lips accustomed to pronouncing these names.
Yes,
can't do that live.
Saint-Hilaire, a former national player. He played at the youth level. Has tremendous talent.
You would need all this talent here, and using that talent to negotiate Pascal, squares him up again for the second time, but this time not as dangerous as the previous one, which was, I think, the second delivery of the over.
Yeah, it just seemed to be a bit uncomfortably Saint-Hilaire, just being turned around a bit. Well, Pascal hitting the deck really, really hard. You can see him and keeping a very good line.
Squaring him up a lot. Maybe he's anticipating a little too much. Maybe he needs to probably just wait just a little bit longer to make sure he gets the ball on its merit and not be premeditating too much. This time he's driving uppishly over the head of mid-off and 4 runs into the boundary. A smashing 4, power 8 smashing 4, and Nkosi Saint-Hilaire gets off boundary, the first boundary of the morning. The score moves to 6 without loss. That's the end of the first over, and the Cinnamon Pacers looking more business-like this morning.
Yeah, very good over by Pascal. He probably could have picked up maybe 1 or 2 wickets there. Unfortunate. First delivery ball went straight to point, and it was spilled. But really, he had Saint-Hilaire in some difficulty. Who was able to really go through this particular over, but really a tremendous start by Pascal, and does look good coming from that southern end.
All right, well, Kamal Hamilton is going to be coming up from the Darbo end. Kamal Hamilton.
So just a bit of the teams. Cinnamon Pacers, Mike Naren, the captain, Kelchan Kadu, Che Duncan, Larry Edward, Jelani George, Mahid Lambert, John Olive, Desron Maloney, Shondell Regis, Nkosi Saint-Hilaire, Jonathan Taylor, and
it's dangerous here. Living dangerously, but the bowler's threatening from the get-go, actually. Hamilton just pitching one outside the line of the left-hander. This time he's driving him well through the offside, dissecting the field through the onside. 4 runs. Good shot by Shondell Regis, the left-handed batsman, coming just 1 step down the track and just planting that right foot forward and slapping him through the onside for 4.
Yeah, good shot. Over pitch delivery, and he came forward and just hit it between the mid-wicket and the long on the 2 fielders out for the first few overs, and he really rushed to the boundary.
Similar shot this time through the offside, dissecting the fielders. They will roll into the boundary. Another 4 runs. So good batting. This time a more competent and a more comfortable looking shot through the offside. 4 runs. Good shot.
Yeah, very good off drive. Again, another over pitch ball. Given a lot of air, and we just had to reach for it and played it well past the mid outfielder. And again, another smashing 4.
Quick single. So the Cinnamon Pacers using the opportunity to pick up some quick ones in the field, especially with the field placing that Devon Smith has been utilizing here. And the left-hand, right-hand combination again proving to be just a little bit of a challenge for the bowlers.
So out for the Pacers today is Jade Matthew and Devon Tyson.
It's a good shot through in front of square, just one. Another single coming off the over. And that brings up the end of over number 2. The Cinnamon Pacers are 16. There's got one delivery remaining. Just one delivery remaining. This time he's punching him back and can't beat the fielder at extra cover. So now that brings up the end of the over. A dot ball. 16 without loss. The Cinnamon Pacers being sent into bat this afternoon by the Bayleaf Blasters. The Bayleaf Blasters winning the toss and sending the Cinnamon Pacers into bat. They're 16 without loss.
Yeah, good over there again for the Pacers. We saw the Chandelier just coming into his own, hitting two beautiful fours in that over, and an off drive and short play and 2 mid-wicket, straightish mid-wicket for 4. And he looks a different player today. Looks as though he's coming into his own. But the first over from Hamilton, it didn't do much. Tossed up a few deliveries and really with a pitch that seemed to be playing good. Just give the batsman the opportunity to come forward and play 2 beautiful shots in that over. But 10 runs in the over at the end of 2 overs, 16 without loss.
Well, Devon Smith, of course, using the opportunity to mix things up here this afternoon early in the game because he has pulled Nilan Pascal out of the attack. Maybe he might just be saving him, and he has brought in Belfon. Belfon is playing, and this one is high in the air, over, long on. 6 runs, a power 8 maximum, the very first power 8 maximum for the day, and Nkosi St. Hilaire, just as you would imagine, got on top of it quickly, got into position really quickly, and skied it all the way down to long on.
Yeah, good shot by St. Hilaire. A lot of power there. It's a shortish delivery and picked up from just outside the off stump and swung over long on and went over the ropes.
This time he's looking to angle him down through backward a square. No connection there. And Dennis Smith behind the stumps. Eyes opened wide, looking to go up quickly with a vociferous appeal, but realizing that it clipped absolutely nothing on the way through. This time he makes good connection, good shot. No body moved, just the man who was in front of square running now to retrieve it from the boundary. A smashing power 8 forward. That was a glorious shot by St. Hilaire.
Yeah, very good shot. And we are seeing in this particular over, Belfon, all 3 deliveries has been short. One was hit over long on for 6. He actually missed the second delivery. Again was a short delivery. We see St. Hilaire looking for the pole, and this one another short delivery to hit to backward square for 4. But he just probably need to check his line, not being too short, because it does seem as though the pitch is playing very, very good, and therefore he just need to change his line a bit and his length.
Similar delivery this time. He hoists him over the head of the bowler. 6 runs all the way down to long on. Another power 8 maximum, and Nkosi Saintele has raced to 22 off 10 deliveries, and he's a man on a mission.
Yeah, clear indication of how the wicket is playing. Beautiful shot by Saintele, hitting through the line here and picked it up and hit it over a straightest long on position. And again, it cleared the rope for another 6.
Nyron Belfon and all sorts of problems here now. He's already gone for 16 in his first over. It's a very expensive over. Slow delivery, I think it is, and outside the off stump, and no damage done. He would love to know that there's a dot ball. It's an expensive over in any currency.
Yeah, it was good thinking by Belfondi. Just slow this one up and pitch it a little bit wider. And Saintele again probably looking for the shot. Maybe they hit over cover and made no contact. But good thinking by Belfond. So 32 for 2. And just into the second over. Into the third over.
This time he makes connection again. There's a shout of catch, but it wouldn't carry. And 1, and they come back for 2 after some sloppy feeling. The fielder down there took his eyes off the ball and was more interested in rifling the return back to the bowler. But you've got to collect the ball first of all. Didn't do that, and what should have been 1 turned into 2. The Cinnamon Pacers has raced on to the end of the third over. They're 34 without loss, and been sent into bat. A very expensive over from Nilon Pascal. Expense in any currency. 18 runs coming off the over. Would you give him another over?
Belfond, I probably wouldn't give him another over. No, his first over going for 18 runs, and certainly you'd want to turn things around because his style of bowling. You see, you're looking for pace. The last few deliveries were slower deliveries and wider of the right-handed batsman, and Saintele had difficulty, even with last delivery hit down to long on, but really didn't get hold of it. And again, it's because of the variation, because of him just mixing it up a bit, making it difficult. But I probably would not give him the next over just yet.
Shaban Noel is in now doing the difficult work. He's going to be operating from the Dabo end. You wouldn't give Belfon another over, but had Nilon Pascal gone for 20 and not 18, you would have given him the ball again, would you?
No, I probably would not have. No, Pascal. I think that's ace bowler.
Okay. Advancing down the wicket and looking to make his intentions very clear, Shondell Regis. But wise bowling from Noel, just pushing it wider.
That was really well done by Noel. As you see him moving, just pitch it a little wide and full. We just couldn't get back to it. But good thinking by Noel.
He's made connection this time. He has skied it to point. Will he take it? No, he just dropped it. Did all the hard work in getting there. It hung for a while in the air. And it's always difficult to take those catches running back over your head. Miscued totally. And another chance going down.
Yeah, difficult catch there. The fielder there really didn't get his hand to it as that ball was swollen again. We're just looking for the big shot somewhere over cover, and really came off the top half of the bat and went over backward point.
There's a thick, healthy outside edge. Will it go all the way into the boundary? Yes, it does. Down to third man. Another power 8 smashing 4. This time a thick and a healthy outside edge. What would have been gobbled up by maybe a second slip, but with that out of the picture, all we have was another power 8 smashing 4 by Shondell Regis.
Yeah, room given to Regis. He was able to freeze the swung really hard and came off the outside edge and with no slip in place. Went down to that position. The third man on the boundary was a bit square, so you really had no chance to get around.
This time he's gotten him. You can hear the edge from here. No foot movement whatsoever. Just stood there and just had a swipe at it. And he has perished, and he will head back to the dressing room. It's a fruiter dismissal, the first fruiter dismissal of the day. And Shondell Regis goes, caught Dennis Smith at the wicket, bowled by Shabanwell for 16.
Yeah, no movement of the foot. Bad shot by the ball was up, but all he needed to was to probably just move his right foot, come closer to the ball, and being able to hit it, as you see here, actually stretching really in no position. And he took the edge, and Dennis Smith really accepted, So good break, 40 for 1 in the fourth over.
Yeah, it's a regulation catch. Dennis Smith wouldn't drop those even on a day when he's wearing shades. So 40 for 1. Shondell Regis departs for 16. Nkosi St. Hilaire is there on 24 of 12 deliveries. And Mahid Lambert now walks out to the middle. And he's got a challenge ahead of him. We're inside the power play. The last two deliveries, legal deliveries in the power play coming up. And no doubt you'd want to make as much as he can of these two deliveries until Devon Smith has the opportunity to manipulate the field a little bit more.
Yeah, Lambert, one of our young players, and he will really want to make a name for himself coming into this format of the game. He would want to really put his head down and really sort of cement for the cinnamon pieces.
He's going to be penalized for that, is he, Shaban Noel? In this format of the game, you've got to steer away from going down the leg side. The umpires have absolutely no tolerance, zero tolerance for you going down the leg side. So 1 added to the total, the first extra for the morning, 41 for 1. This time he's up, and this could spell danger here. And would have been an easy catch. Really should have been an easy catch, but made a mess of it. Really stood in there for a while.
Yeah, Lambert looking for the big shot, and really we see really not getting to the pitch of the delivery, and really went up to mid-on, and one would have thought that it should have been taken by Hamilton.
Yeah.
Should have been taken easily. He moved in slowly, and it just dropped in front of him.
This time a better shot, turning it into the onside, back with a square. Just one. And that brings up the end of the over, the end of over number 4, the end of the power play. The umpire will give us the signal in just a little bit. 43 for 1 are the Cinnamon Pacers being sent into bat by Devon Smith and the Bayleaf Blasters.
Yeah, successful over by Noel, picking up 9 for 9 in his first over. And really, they will be happy to pick up that wicket. They can probably now look to peg back the Cinnamon Pacers, who have gone going at a rate of 10.75, and they will want to really push them back in terms of the rate they're scoring at.
They've played some decent cricket, this team, the Cinnamon Pacers. Unfortunate for them not being in the win column just yet, because the teams that they played really played better cricket. It's not that the Cinnamon Pacers played badly at all. It's just that the teams that they came up against played much better cricket. But see from the... Hamilton is now operating from the River Road end. He's been changed. He bowled his first over from the Darbo end. Went for 10 off his first over. And is he going to go for more? The shot of catch. And yes, it's taken. Easily taken. Hamilton strikes. Fruiter dismissal. A fruiter juice dismissal. Hamilton strikes. And Nkosi St. Hilaire is gone.
Yeah, it's a big wicket ball again. St. Hilaire looking for the big shot, and we are seeing a difference here with the seam bowlers and also the slow bowlers. Now we have to really look to get into position to get it over the field, and really was not able to do it, and just hit it. Went high in the air, and just taking at a short extra cover. A big wicket, 43 for 2. St. Clair, who really was putting bat to ball, particularly with the faster bowlers, just seemed to have some difficulty in trying to clear the offside field.
It's unfortunate for him, but he's been in good form. Had some really good runs yesterday and played well. But it brings Desron Maloney into a strike. He's had a high score of 40, so he can really get off. And his strike rate just about 117.24. That's Desron Maloney. So he can get off if he really needs to. And the Cinnamon Pieces would need him to.
Yes, certainly. You won't expect quite a lot from Maloney. We haven't really seen him come into his own. The ball pushed down to mid-on by Maloney, so he's off the mark immediately.
Well, he's made his intentions very clear. The message that he came out with from the dressing room obviously has to be push this score, push this score, push this score, pick up the ones and twos.
Yeah, I do believe it's an opportunity for the Pacers really to tighten things, put a bit of stranglehold on the Pacers.
Lambert again, just soft hands and delicate hands through the onside for an easy single. Another single again. Could possibly be 2. Are they going to chance it? No, they decided against it. It kind of jogged the first run, really. At this stage of the game, you want to always run the first one really hard and put pressure on the fielder. Anything can happen. This time he's pushing him back, and anguish and pain there from the bowler, realizing that another chance going down, just beating the batsman, and yet still the opportunity for what would have been a run out, and Dennis Smith didn't collect cleanly and in time to have a shy of the stumps.
Yeah, very good over bowler Hamilton, coming back in his second over and really bowling well. Probably just picked up about 3 runs in that over, finishing with 1 for 13 and 2. But we have seen the difference as he has coming from that southern end. Seemed keeping the ball right up. 2 on drive, which was really pushed down to long on, picked up singles, but suddenly is an over that he would be pleased about coming up after his first over.
Richard Rogers now has the ball. He's going to be operating from the double end. The Cinnamon Pieces are 46 for 2, current run rate of 9.20. They would want to up that, of course, especially if they want to make a match out of this, because Dennis Smith and Devon Smith and Kelshon Andrew are no slouches. They can really hit you hard. Just the one.
Well, they wouldn't mind the singles too much, Jason, but obviously you would want to avoid getting the boundaries, and we have seen in the last overs quite a bit of singles. Also start with a single in this fifth over.
This is over number 6, dissecting 1, 2, and they call for the second one. This is going to be close. This is going to be close. Is he going to make it? Yes, he just makes it in the nick of time. The umpire says, no, it was close, but not too threatening. Had to run for his life there, really, and just making it in the nick of time was Lambert. And what is the story? All's well that ends well, 49 for 2.
Yeah, just a little misfield there by the fielder on the boundary. They give them the opportunity to come back for 2. And really they had to run, they really had to stretch out to get back for those 2 runs.
Ambitious stroke by Lambert. Trying to be a little bit too innovative.
Yeah, we're looking for the reverse sweep there, and really it was too close to him and just went into his body.
This time a more proved stroke. And an easy single to square leg. There are runs on this wicket. The outfield is very fast, so sometimes it's not all about power. It's about pushing it into the right slots and turning ones into twos. Like it is now, this one, but they're trotting the first one. Really should have run the first one hard again, because there was a slight fumble down there, but nothing, no damage done, just the one. 51 for 2, the 50 coming up for the Cinnamon Pacers in the 6th over. So at the end of over number 6, the Cinnamon Pacers are 51 for 2. The 50 coming up for the Cinnamon Pacers, and they're operating the run rate dropping just a little bit, just over 8, just under 9 runs, 8.74. And going at this rate, they could probably get to about 85, 86, somewhere thereabout. And I don't think that's a comfortable total that they want to sit on. They've got to get it higher than that.
Yeah, not a bad over by Rogers. It's first over, going for 5 runs. But we have seen since the spin come on, really things have slowed down tremendously. Batsmen find difficulty really to get the ball to the boundaries. But as you said, the field is very fast, and therefore you need to pick the gaps. And it's not all about power, but just look to get into the right position, and then you are put yourself in that position where you place the ball as you want to. But they have really slowed down since the slow bowlers came on.
You need to understand the importance of soft and delicate hands.
So Jason,
Belfon. Is flashing dangerously, living dangerously, and everybody was beaten there. The batsman, the wicket keeper, everybody was beaten, and Devon Smith would take the positive from this one as he relays the ball back to his bowler. Naran, that's not his first over went for 18, so he would really want to do something special here. He looks a bit focused. This time he's keeping low, and 2 dot balls in the over to start, and Belfon wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, and he's certainly taking the pace off, not looking the ball too fast as he did in his first over. But, his line has been good, just on about middle and off stump. The left-handed ball leaving the right-handed batsman. But you can see definitely he has taken the pace off.
He's taken the pace off, but this one has slapped through mid-on and one. They thought about the second, but good work in the field out there. Some brilliant work down on the mid-on boundary, just picking up the 1 run, and 52 for 2. So the flow of runs being stemmed here by the Bayleaf Blasters, showing why they are the defending champions. Putting some tactic into this is Devon Smith. And the Cinnamon Pacers, they've been applying the brakes on the Cinnamon Pacers. They're 52 for 2 in over number 7. The call is 1. It will only be 1. Agile and exciting outside there for the Cinnamon Pacers in this Friday afternoon, blazing hot sunshine. 32 degrees according to the Met Office. It feels like 36 or 37 outside there in the middle with very little cloud cover. And bright on the wicket. You can see that, very well illuminated on the wicket. It's been penalized.
Yes, a variation again. There's a slower delivery and looking to pitch it wide, but just going a bit too wide. Umpire Holas really had no option but to signal another extra. 54 for 2. We are in over number 7.
This time he strays down the leg side and is punished for it. 1 bounce into the mid-wicket, the square leg boundary. 1 bounce for 4. A power 8 smashing 4. Welcome boundary for the Cinnamon Pacers. And Desron Maloney has moved to 9 with a classical shot.
Yeah, a good shot by Maloney. Again, a short delivery, and he was really in good position there and just clipped it over backward square. And it just dropped maybe 1 or 2 bounces before he went over the ropes.
There's a flashing of playing square of the wicket. 1 is the call. They attempted 2 and they decided against it earlier on. Some good work in the deep there down on a kind of squash third man. That looks like Benjamin that was down there.
Clean.
Clint Crony. You would recognize him from a distance, would you, Raphael Crony? You would make no mistake about that. Raphael Crony would recognize Clint Crony even if he was around a blind corner.
Not a bad over by Belfont. His second over just going for 8. Remembering that his first over went for some 18 runs. But you can see the effort. Really was looking to vary his pace in this particular over. Will be probably disappointed with that short delivery that was hit down to backward square. But really was a good shot by Maloney.
Oh, head in the air. And Richard Rogers would love the sight of that because with the batsman putting his head in the air and swinging for the hills, the bowler would love the sight of that. And this time he makes connection. Is he going to beat the fielder down there to mid-on? No. Just one. Danger here. And danger averted. Not good communication in the middle between these two batters, Lambert and Maloney. They need to communicate just a little bit more. Anything less than that could spell danger for them. This time he gets it. More meat on the bat. One is the call. Good work in the deep again. They come for 2 and they come through for it comfortably. So now they're turning the 1s into 2s. The Cinnamon Pacers, good batting by the Cinnamon Pacers inside this over. We're inside over number 8, 7.3 runs, 7.3 overs being bowled, 62 for 2. Oh, danger here for them. It's skied, it's up there. It probably touches a cloud and then comes back down. Good, decent, easy work for the wicketkeeper. Dennis Smith doesn't show anything other than confidence. It falls into the gloves. A fruiter dismissal. And Dennis Smith picks up the wicket of Mahid Lambert. Bowled Rogers, caught Smith for 11 off for 8 of 10 deliveries. And the Cinnamon Pacers are now 62 for 3.
Yeah, Lambert looking to go over the top, really in no position, and just able to hit this ball in the air. The keeper just coming around and took a rather simple catch. But as you said before, both batsmen seem to have difficulty in running between the wicket. Even the communication was not that well. And again, with the spinners coming on, which really slowed the scoring rate, I think both batsmen were looking to go over the top. And Lambert there really was not in the right position and really was not able to get that ball any much further, as we see him swinging the wildly and just went in the air and really simple catch to the keeper.
66 for 3 is the score here now, operating at just over 8 runs and over, and they need to really get that up. Really need to start doing something to get that up. 8.09 runs per over. That's where they're at now. This time he's skying it gone. The call is catch. Is it going to be taken? No. Should have been taken. Really. Some easy chances here. And maybe not judging the ball too much. Maybe the sun has something to do with it. I'm not quite sure. It could be.
We had a bad miss by Noel there. I think these two players, they misjudged whether or not the field had long on.
This time he's swinging with an inside edge. So fortune favoring the Brave here now. And another 1 being added to the total, 64 for 3. That's the end of the over, the end of over number 8. With 12 deliveries remaining, the projected score is 80. And the Cinnamon Pacers would really love to have something extra special in these 2 overs here now, Raphael Crony.
Yeah, the batsmen are really struggling to get the ball out. We have seen there that ball hit down to long, and they really should have been taken by, I think it was Shaban Noel. And you could see him there coming in, and just when he needed to get there, just seemed to stop a bit. So whether or not he wasn't sure with the fielder had long on, but really, as you said, we have seen some misses, really simple misses. First delivery ball by Pascal, which went straight into hand on out, So the Pacers really are now beginning to struggle. 64, we have 8 overs being bowled. And they wouldn't be too happy about the situation we're in at this moment.
Well, the call of someone new coming in. Let's see, we're trying to pick it up here. It looks like Shaban Noel is going to be coming up from the River Road end. And as he comes, he goes. As he comes, he goes. A power 8 maximum, 6 runs. Good shot. Power aid maximum. And Desron Maloney making no mistake about it. 6 runs off the meat of the bat.
Yeah, full toss, and really was hit well by Maloney over the long on boundary for 6.
It's a little bit more watchful this time. Hiding, as we would say in local parlance.
Well, he was expecting the umpire to signal wide, and I think the umpire really made a very good decision. It was a slower delivery, just a little bit wider, and Maloney just waiting probably to see a signal from the umpire.
This time he's going for it again. The call is catch. Is he going to be taken? Yes, he's taken down on the mid-on boundary. He's taken there, and some good work out in the field there. The catch is taken. It looks like Hamilton. Hamilton taking an easy catch. And another fruited dismissal. And Desron Maloney is gone.
Yeah, another big blow. Short ball hit down to long on. I think he have no choice now but to try to clear the boundary as regular as he can. And he really was looking for another maximum day to go over long on, but just held out to the fielder, Hamilton, who was right on the ropes. And the Pacers losing their 4th wicket, 70 for 4, win over number 9. And Bayleaf Blaster will really come back strongly to really put some pressure on them. They're having difficulty to score.
Yeah, well, the pressure has been... these crews have been tightened from the get-go. I mean, the Cinnamon Pacers did very well to escape early up in the power play, but the screws have always been tightened by these Bayleaf Blasters. There's nowhere near that. Staying in Mars and trying to hit something across by Pluto. He was nowhere near that.
Yeah, Narayan, they really just stand up and just swinging wildly. And that ball pitch just outside the off jump went through the keeper. Narayan, the captain of Cinnamon Pacers. Haven't really seen him at his best in this tournament yet.
He's batting with a tire, isn't he? Not making connection with anything at all. Head in the air and swinging for the hills. Had he made connection with that, it was probably going to end up by the secondary school on top the hill over the River Road side.
Yeah, but good variation by Noel there. And, you know, you can see this was a slower delivery. And Narayan only into the shot.
He's gone. A faint edge. Didn't even hear it here, but the appeal came in from Shaba, and the umpire just wasted no time in raising his finger. So Dennis Smith takes the catch. Narayan goes, bowled Noel, and another fruited dismissal. And by the end of the day tomorrow, should we have another dismissal like this, it might just be what we refer to as a curry duck dismissal.
Yeah, certainly Narayan not getting out. But he really didn't, again, the ball outside the off jump coming into him, just lifting a bit. But really, he didn't get over it. It's just looking this shade down to the slips. Just took in the, as we see here, just took in the top of the bat, and good catch taken by Dennis Smith.
Yeah, he was in all sorts of confusion from since 3 deliveries back when he came in. He was swinging and swinging and swinging, and was seemingly batting with a golf iron, not making connection with anything at all. And then the faintest of edges going all the way through to Dennis Smith, who made no mistake about it. So Larry Edwards will join Kadu. So Edwards will join Kadu. The start of the final over, 70 for 5. How much are they really going to get in this over? They need all that they can get. You can get a maximum of 36 coming off the bat, all things equal. I say a maximum of 36, all things equal. And they would love to have more than that.
So it's Pascal.
Has danger here and living dangerously. Didn't make any connection with it. Offered a shot, and some kind of shot it was. He really had to go for it. And now with 5 deliveries remaining, 70 for 5. The experienced Nilon Pascal is coming in from the Dabo end.
Yes, one expect that Pascal going to make it really tough on the batsman, Kadu.
Oh, it's a danger here. He's gone. Good work by Dennis Smith. Surely he's gone. He was a mile out. Didn't even look across to the umpire. He was a mile out and all the way down. So Larry Edwards has gone. He's run out by Dennis Smith and he goes without scoring. Another fruited dismissal. And if we do get a sponsor for those not scoring, by tomorrow, as I said earlier, we will be saying a fruited dismissal and a curry duck to go with it.
Yeah, good bowling again by Pascal. Not looking to be expressed, not looking to bowl too fast, but really varying his pace nicely and really creating problem for Kadu looking for the big swing. Good work by Dennis Smith, who was able to pick up and realize what is happening and was able to hit this jump. I wonder if he wouldn't now look to probably come up a bit. Pascal bowling there. I don't expect that he will try to bowl too quickly now. Make it more difficult with the slower deliveries.
Oh, he's got time on his hands. He's got a whole lot of leverage to use. Devon Smith and having the experienced Neil and Pascal is there. Good afternoon to our friends in the corporate community who are viewing cricket. Today being Friday, end of month season. It's always a nice time to have a relaxing time in the office while you work. So our friends in the corporate world, those of you who might be viewing, reach out to our marketing department at the Cricket Association and get involved. This time he smacked through the offside. One is one. But decided against it. Oh yes, they got it. 71 for 6. They did cross.
Yeah, good over so far from Pascal. Just one run conceded. Now it's about the bowler's full delivery.
He's advancing down the wicket and oh, it would have been out by a mile. Dennis Smith missing the stumps, but really it was a clear chance here. And Kadu, realizing that he needs to do something special, was halfway down the wicket to Nilan Pascal. Had he made connection there, Nilan Pascal would have heard about that for about a decade. So it's good running this time. Made it down, even though Dennis Smith was on point, accurate in his throw. He's safe. And 2 would come from that because the umpire did in fact signal wide. It was a full delivery down the leg side.
Yeah, full delivery down the leg side, and Duncan probably missed out there. But it was a bit high also. But I think the umpires, in their judgment, based on the position, would have felt it was it was a good delivery.
Another dot ball. So they've done very well here, the Bayleaf Blasters, because the extras are only 4 extras to this point coming off the innings, and just the final delivery to go towards the Cinnamon Pacers. So the Bayleaf Blasters, they've done pretty well in the field today.
Yeah, well, despite a few catches that went down, but at 40 without loss, losing the first wicket on 40, they would have really come back strongly, scoring at over 10 runs over. They'll come back strongly.
And he will go for it, and he would lose his wicket in the process. That's Shea Duncan. Shea Duncan would lose his wicket in the process, being run out by Dennis Smith. Larry Edwards, actually, run out by Dennis Smith. So that's the story. And the Cinnamon Pacers, 73 for 6 after 40 for 1. 73 for 6, so not adding very much at all. The ask is 74. The Bayleaf Blasters would need 74 to win, and they've done very well in the field. They would fancy their chances here. Nothing really to write home from the Cinnamon Pacers. The Cinnamon Pacers, just Nkosi Saint-Hilaire going for 25, and Desron Maloney going for 18. A solitary 16 by Shondell Regis. But apart from that, everyone else was in double figure, was in single digits. Everything else was really like a 4 number.
Yeah, they started well at 40 without loss, and that was over 10 runs for over. I think that they would have felt really that they would have get up to really a good competitive score. But that was not to be, as we saw the Shondell Regis leaving, and then Sentler left. Everything just went downhill. They found difficulty in playing the slower bowlers, and Pascal coming back pretty strongly, and he would have ended up with his 2 overs for 9 runs. Didn't pick up a wicket, but bowled very well. He was very tight. And Pearce, as he really continues to struggle, to get the ball away. And at 73 for 7, one would expect that shouldn't be a difficulty for the Bayleaf Blasters.
It shouldn't be at all. As you said, the bowlers, 10 for 1 from his 2 overs. That's Richard Rogers. And 9 from his 2 overs with no wickets. The experienced Neelan Pascal stemmed the flow of runs. But on the expensive side was Nyron Belfon, who went for 26 off his 2. And Shaban Noel 15 off his 2. And Kamal Hamilton for 13 off his 2. Well, that's the story here, basically. And the Bayleaf Blasters need 74 runs to win in their 10 overs. And down on the field, Kerry is down there. And Kerry...
All right,
he's got Neelan Pascal with him.
Thank you very much, Jason. We have with us here Neelan Pascal, as he was mentioning his figures of 2 overs, no maiden done for 9. Pascal, you guys would have probably considered too much up front as you wanted, but good comeback by the guys.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes how the T10 go sometimes. Sometimes you start slow, you end up good, and sometimes you start bad and you end up good. So it's that the game of cricket, that the T10. So that's why they call it T10.
We know in cricket, in any form of cricket, wickets are important, but you have seen to master the art of keeping the scoring rate very tight. I think that's the second game you'd have conceded, 10 or less. What's the secret to those performances?
Well, I think you got to watch based on the batsman you're bowling at. Yeah, the ball depends. Not everybody like the full balls, not everybody like the short balls. So I think variation on the wickets is very good, and I will just try to continue using my variations.
All right, at the halfway stage, you restricted Cinnamon Piece as a 73. What do you think your chances are for overhauling that total?
Well, you know the T10 game is a funny game, but I think we guys are up for the task. I think once you score under 100 in the T10, you win psychologically already. So I think under 100, them guys should go there and put their best foot forward, and we should win the game easy.
All right, well, Neelan, congratulations on your performance so far, and all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
All right, so Jason, that's a very confident sounding Neelan Pascal, a man who seems to understand fully his craft, and he's predicting that his team should be able to get over the line from here.
All right, well, he really should be, because at a score of 74 runs required from their 10 overs, the Bayleaf Blasters would fancy their chances. Of course, they've played 2 games in this tournament already, and win 1, lose 1, so they need a win here, the defending champs. They do need a win more than anything else, and the likes of Devon Smith leading this team would really want to go outside there. Both him and Dennis Smith, they're really good. They've shown some good form, showed some good composure with the bat, and they're going to be ably assisted by Kelsh and Andrew, of course. But Andrew is not playing today, actually. Andrew and Augustine not playing today. But Clint Croney, he can knock up a few, and so too can Kamal Hamilton. He can knock up a few as well. Richard Rogers is there. So I'm quite sure that the Bayleaf Blasters would fancy their chances. Until we get ready for the reply from the Bayleaf Blasters, that's the story here. We're going to take a short break, a Dasani water break, and we will come back. 74 runs required in 10 overs. The Bayleaf Blasters, that's their asking. And can they get it? Time will tell. We'll see you in a few minutes.
The Dream 11 Spike Style T10 Season 3 is here. The biggest and most exciting T10 white ball cricket action in the entire region. April 25th to May 9th, Grenada National Stadium. 6 teams, 15 days of cricket action, 13 matches. The biggest names in local and regional cricket. Reppin' Bayleaf Blasters, Devon Smith, Neelan Pascal, Nutmeg Warriors, Andre Fletcher, Johnson Jaws, Soft-Run Strikers, Darrell Cyrus, Roland Cato, Cinnamon Pacers, Shondell Regis, Larry Edwards, Clove Challengers, Preston McSween, Darren Ned, Ginger Generals, Johan Jeremiah, Landon Lawrence. 2 matches per day, 12 midday and 2:30 p.m. Will defending champs, Bayleaf Blasters, do it again. Only time will tell. Catch all the action action at the Grenada National Stadium and online on the Grenada Cricket Association Facebook page. Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 Season 3. Spice, cricket, and vibes.
Well, we have beautiful sunshine here at the National Stadium in Grenada, and we are going to see the beginning of the second half of the first game of the day, the Bayleaf Blasters versus the Cinnamon Pacers. Clyde John here, and with me, Afi Fletcher, and we're going to be bringing you all the action of the reply of the Bayleaf Blasters. I can tell you that Cinnamon Pacers, they scored a total of 73 runs for 7 wickets in their allotted 10 overs. Definitely, in view of what we have seen, it may be a pass score, but how will they bowl? How well can they restrict the Bayleaf Blasters? That's the question. So it's all action here at the National Stadium. Afi, your thoughts?
Good afternoon, everyone. morning, evening to all the viewers. I think it's a tough ask based on how the wicket is playing Clyde. I think it's a tough ask for the bowlers to restrict Bayleaf Blasters with the powerhouse they have.
Well, we've seen Larry Edward bowl the first maiden of the Spice T10 yesterday, so maybe they were hoping for a repeat of this action, but today is a different day. Let's see how it goes. There's all to play for.
I think they requested more than one maidens round there.
Seem to have started on that good note, so right away, Larry, we know he has a bag of tricks up his sleeve, so definitely he is someone that the Bayleaf Blasters, they have to look at him very carefully, can't take too much chances, but definitely I know he would want to strike, so let's see how he goes. And right away, he is in the action. So there we have it. As I was saying to you, Afi, they're going to rely on Larry. And Larry has given them the first wicket in over number 1. Bayleaf Blasters losing Heron Campbell without scoring.
Yes, that's good consistency by Larry there, you know. Come back and keep putting the ball in that areas and asking questions. And he was answered.
Yeah, good catch there. That one went really high, and at one time you were wondering if anybody's going to get it, but eventually someone came in and they caught it. And so the pressure is on. Bayleaf Blasters losing their first wicket. You would want that maybe lightning strikes and somehow they're able to, really run away with this game because they need a win.
Yes, they do. They're desperate for a win on the board, some points on the board.
And so we see Dennis Smith coming to the crease. He has been in some really good form of late, striking it really well. Had 2 scores in his 2 previous games, two decent looking knocks. Good little partnerships with Devon Smith. So definitely they would want to ensure that they see the back of him very early to add a bit more pressure to the Bayleaf Blasters and maybe, sort of tighten that screw.
Yes, Bayleaf Blasters will be looking for him to continue to strike in it over 100 because they need that right now.
It's only 73 to be defended, but the way they've started, it seems as if they're going to make a fight of this. They're going to put some pressure to the Bayleaf. Good delivery again. So Edward really, really focused on trying to ensure what is needed now is somebody at the other end to back this up. So far, 3 deliveries, 1 run coming, 1 wicket, really good going.
Yes, that's what they didn't have yesterday, the bowling in partnership. So if the other bowler could come and back it up, that would be really good for the Cinnamon Pacers.
Well, they will have to back it up for not just 2 overs, but maybe the remaining 9 overs.
Ooh, we see some turn there, Rondell.
Yeah, really good delivery. So Edward is in a spot. He's on a roll right now. I'm not sure that the batsman can really contend with him in that zone that he's in.
I think that ball just showing that what the wicket have to offer as it goes on because it's a couple of days old.
What I like about that delivery, it was a bit slower, so it gripped. Again, Smith having a good look. And that's Benjamin rather having a good look at him. Seeing that one turn and, doesn't want to commit himself too early. Again, a really good delivery there by Edwards. 1 run coming off that over. So, again, good pressure from the beginning. What is needed now is just a bit of consistency. But I know Dennis Smith is not going to really sit back and allow the pressure to build. He's going to look to release the pressure. The field is up. It's the power play. And so definitely there is a chance to go over the top.
I think we have a match at hand there, Rondell.
Well, it takes, as you said, the bowling in partnerships. Can that pressure be applied at the other end? This is going to be important. Seems like the captain himself, Micah Narain, is going to come into the attack. He's going to take, as they say, the captain leading from the front, and so he's going to take that second over just to make sure that he continues that bit of pressure, while the customer really able has some good little variations, moves the ball a bit. So definitely, if he can come and attack and really bring a strike again, then we could say game on.
Yes, I think you will want to make full use of the new ball, use it as it's new and try to get another wicket in that power play.
So he has 2 men out. Oh, as we see him bowling wide, but a bit of movement as it pitched it left the batsman, but unfortunately it's just too wide. Looking at his field, is he going to continue to bowl that wide outside the off stump? That's the question. Maybe he could attack a little bit more if he decides to keep that ball out there.
Yes, I think he should keep attacking, use that new ball.
Go through for easy single. So pretty quiet going so far. Pacers seem to be getting the job done. Let's hope that they can continue. Let's hope that Micah can really bring a bit of pressure, maybe get the wicket of Wavell Benjamin. That would add some pressure to the game. That would ensure that Devon Smith gets out there. He's been in good form. And they would need him to contribute today if they don't get a really good flying start.
With that low total, they want to give away less extras as you can. So he needs to get the ball into the right areas.
Yeah, I want to agree with you there. Needs to put some pressure onto these batsmen.
Splice of the edge in the air
and as we were saying, so there we go. Cinnamon Pacers, they really seem to be in that vein where they are determined to back up this 73 that they've scored. And that is the attitude that you want. Another wicket goes. So definitely things going their way.
Yes. So far he's backing up Larry at the other end. So, that is what I want to do. Just continue taking wickets. And they're utilizing the power play thus far.
Yeah, good wicket for batting, but somehow 2 wickets down with only 4 runs on the board spells pressure. The only thing that is good is that you have the likes of Devon Smith coming out, and as we look, we see him coming out now. His innings, last 2 innings have been really good one for the Bayleaf Blasters, being able to stay them. But coming up against Narain, that customer who's able to, just do a little bit, definitely he would have to play well. If he goes, it could spell trouble.
Yes, currently he's striking it at 170 above the 170s. So the team requires that at the moment. He needs to be there and take it to the end for his team. Requires a captain knock at the moment.
Yeah, Cinnamon Pacers. I know that they have not had such a good run so far, and so one is hoping that they can really come to the party and really bring that game and maybe have their first victory. I think they would be the only team that has not had a victory so far, and so one would want them to really get off and at least be on the board.
Yes, a win will certainly boost their confidence to give them a better run in the other games, to have them being more competitive.
So it's Devon Smith in facing up against Narain. Narain so far 2 deliveries.
Off the mark immediately.
Yeah, good way to get off the mark. That one just slightly lying down the leg side and an easy turn, causing him to cross over for a single. But again, Smith has been in a good vein of form. How you bowl to him out there will be very important. It's important the type of feel that you set. I'm not seeing much in terms of tactic from Narain. one wonders if he understands the batsmen that are there, because when you look at the T10, you can see fields being set for certain players because you know their strengths, you understand where you can really get them out. And I'm not seeing that. He just has a balanced field which says, in case I miss, I have a little coverage. But we need to see some tactic happening there. So things pretty quiet out there. 6 runs off over number 2, so a bit of pressure there. Being the captain there now, you have a bit of thought as to what will you do next. I can imagine Narayan having that thought in his head.
Narayan is pushing it out. They're asking him to hit me a different area. And once you try to hit them a different area, sometimes you could ask a question.
Yeah,
so
it's good. It's really good going by Narayan. He's really backing up Edwards over. But the mind, as we know, the T10, you're ticking. What will I do next? What happens next? Again, another good delivery, good searching ball, asking Dennis Smith, to probably try to use his arms and free, get it over the infield. But good tight stuff.
Yeah, so far they have him and a bit quiet at the moment. 2 runs of 5 deliveries. This is not the Dennis Smith he's busy at the crease.
Yeah, definitely looking. The small totals can be really tricky, and so I'm seeing a bit of caution, but they cannot be too cautious. It's only 10 overs. At some point in time, they will have to make sure that they get a little bit of impetus into the innings.
Is it Larry they bring back into the attack, Cinnamon Pacers?
Yeah, and that's the discussion. The discussion must be. So the move is to have Larry bowl out.
Trying to remain attacking.
Okay, so there seems to be a change of thought.
Oh, yeah, they bring Taylor into the attack now.
And that's the big question. You need everything to be so tight. So Taylor haven't been too economical so far, but have picked up some wickets, but definitely you would need economy right now in terms of ensuring that you keep the Bayleaf Blasters at bay.
So far the total 6 for the loss of 2 wickets. Heron Campbell gone without scoring. Waver Benjamin also gone without scoring. Pushing the required weight to above 8.5.
8.5 in this format is really not much to speak about. One maximum and maybe a couple of singles gets you there. So nothing really too difficult for the Bayleaf Blasters, and you have the likes of Smith out there. We know that he's striking the ball really well. So it's nothing to speak home about, but can the bowlers build some pressure? Here is Jonathan Taylor. Starting really well, good delivery. You can see a bit of swing on that one. Just tailing back into Smith a little bit, but good start. Good start there by Taylor. 68 in 48 deliveries, 47 deliveries.
Pushing it firm by Smith there, but haven't beat the fielder.
We need to keep our eyes on that required. What is required?
Pulled away, and there it goes over the rope.
So
for power with cracking full.
Well, there we have it. As I was saying, Afi, bowling to Devon Smith, you want to make sure that you keep him, as tight as possible. He's able to really strike this ball well. And as we look at it, just pulling that one, rocking back and pulling it through for the square, running across the turf, 4 runs. Smith opens his account, and so he's continuing so far. He's looking good. Took a little time just to ensure that he saw what was happening. I think he's adjusted now. and will definitely look to put some impetus into the innings. Fans of the Bayleaf Blasters, they would feel happy, they would be comfortable because they know that the reliant Devon Smith is out there. Can Taylor strike big? Cinnamon Pacers would need him to do so.
Splice off the edge and will wrist away to the boundary for another cracking four. Moves the total to 14 for 2.
Yeah, again, outside edge, not a bad delivery by Taylor, getting the outside edge. Smith had no control over that one, but fortunately for him, it is the power play, and so that one is able to beat the man down at the wide third man and go into the fence. So 4 more runs to Smith. He's motoring on. Took 2 deliveries just to see what is happening, but I think he's made up his mind that he's going to get on with it and get it over with. Again, good delivery. Good delivery from Taylor, just ensuring that Smith please him, with a nice straight bat. Good area. You don't want to be too tight, too short, and so he went up a bit because he learned from the last delivery that was spanked through the leg side, and so good adjustment. But again, can this be sustained? Devon Smith 10 from 5 deliveries, 200 strike rate. Dennis Smith, all their 5 deliveries.
Simple push to the offside and add another 1 to the total.
So there we have it, easy 10 runs coming in the over. So that's what we're seeing there. It's going to be difficult for the Cinnamon Pacers. They need wickets. Wickets is the only thing that is going to help, to restrict the run scoring. That's the only thing that is going to keep the Bayleaf Blasters in check. So they need a breakthrough here and right now. Smith tickling that one just straight to the field. Would not mind at all. He knows that he can back himself to clear the boundary at will, so he wouldn't mind this as the over comes to an end. In the context of the game, it's a pretty expensive over because you need to go under 10 and over. You need to go actually under 8 and over, and so in the context it is pretty expensive. But outside of that, good pressure, 3 overs gone, 16 runs on the board, 2 wickets down. Can the Cinnamon Pacers really push this to the end? So it seems to be John Olive.
Yes, John Olive into the attack to Dennis Smith. Well controlled down to the point area. Brings the total 17 for 2.
So good start there by Olive. I think this is really interesting because it's all St. Patrick affair right here, right now. So I know definitely John would know the 2 men that he's bowling against. They would have played together a lot for St. Patrick's. And so definitely he would know what he can do, to maybe get that wicket of the Smith boys.
Shot of catch in the air.
Can they get it?
And it will land safely. And they picked up an easy 2 runs.
Yeah,
moving the total to 19 for 2.
So as we were saying, it's the St. Patrick's affair. And Olive does seem to have something because Smith looking to crash that one over the onside maybe and just getting a leading edge, but taking it so far that it eluded the fielders. Here's Olive.
Cinnamon Pacers will be gladly for this dot ball there.
Yeah, free dot ball, they will be happy, but doesn't take much for Smith to get the ball across the boundary, so they would want to rack it up as much as possible.
Close one, but it got home safely. Good running between the wickets by Devon and Dennis Smith.
Yeah, that's good hustling, good bustling by this Smith, not able to get it over the boundary, but he's moving, just keeping that scoreboard ticking, and Narayan has to be a bit more busy if he's going to really get these two boys out, because they are quick between the wickets, and so definitely they would want to keep a mind on that. Not a dot ball.
A bit quiet so far by Dennis Smith. 4 runs of 8 deliveries.
Yeah, it's really unlike him, uncharacteristic. So definitely he would be looking for a possible big shot coming. So maybe that could spell some trouble for them. But let's see how Olive goes.
In the edge. Oh, just over third man, and it went to the boundary.
Yes.
For a parade. Cracking 4.
Again,
moves the total to 24 for 2.
Again, just being able to keep that pressure, to take these chances would be really, really important. Just eluding him. Good valiant jump, but he couldn't reel it in. Lambert there just a little too short, but chances like these, you have to take it. If you're going to really, push on in this game, you have to take these half chances and make them into, some chances and get these men out.
Yes, they really do need to turn those half chances into chances.
Run. Right out, run.
Just a bit unfortunate there. So at the end of the power play, the 24 for 2 Bayleaf Blasters. Devon Smith, 13 runs of 9 balls. Dennis Smith, 8 runs of 9 balls.
Pretty slow going in comparison. The Cinnamon Pacers, they had a much faster start. At this stage they were 43 for 1. A different approach by the Bayleaf Blasters. They seem to be starting it pretty slowly, hoping that they can build as fast as they go. But Shondell Regis is in, and he's crashed over the wide long on region by Smith. That one a bit too close to him. Easy pickings for Devon Smith. A power aid maximum.
Yes, as you can see, he has given the arms the width, and he has done just what he had done there. Smashed it over extra cover, wideish long one.
Yeah. The ploy is not a bad one, but it's just a little too close to Smith. So Smith had no problems reaching it. I think he has to sort of keep it back of a length a bit and really get it to turn. Another extra added to the total, so Regis not really settled yet. I think it needs to settle the extras. We see the extras building. So far for their score of 73, they've given away 5 extras. That's a little too much in the context of what is happening. Good delivery there by Regis. Smith looking to hike him over the leg side. There is a bit of protection. There are 3 men out patrolling the leg side boundary, but so Smith would not want to venture to clear them unless he's certain that he can make good connection.
Yes, and Bayleaf Blaster, what they done wasn't giving too much extras away. Shout of catch, cry of catch. And they have enough legs to carry it over the boundary for a power maximum. Yeah,
Dennis Smith being able to get under that one. I think it was given a little too much flight by Regis. And Smithy was just able to get down the wicket and lift him easy.
Just giving away the runs a bit too easily right now. Moves the total to 39 for 2.
One. He coming.
So definitely this over being a bit expensive, some 16 runs coming off it so far. So as we were saying, you know, it's being able to back up the start that they had, and right now the Bayleaf Blasters, they're racing.
He's a tickle on the onside, bringing up the total to 41 for 2.
So the over comes to an end. It's the end of the 5th over, halfway stage of the innings. Blasters, they're 41 for 2. At this stage, the Cinnamon Pacers, they were 46 for 2. So pretty even, Stevens. Hopefully they can get a breakthrough here, Afi. Maybe one of the Smiths get out. See what the batting has been like, because these two, they have really done the bulk of the work so far. So they have not exposed the tail of the Bayleaf Blasters. And so Cinnamon Pacers, they have an opportunity to get into that tail. Can they get either of these out, or maybe the two of them out, and really look to make a game of this? Because with the both Smith out there, it could be very dangerous.
I think it's quite crucial that I get a breakthrough, because both of them seems to be quite comfortable at the wicket thus far, like they settle in at the moment. So a breakthrough will just help the Cinnamon Pacers to just slow them down a bit.
Yeah, the tactics here have to be on point. So we see Olive back in.
Man, can't do those things at the moment with that low total. The extras, they just keep piling up.
Yeah, again, the discipline from the bowling of the Cinnamon Pacers is not there. Extras racing to 11. And so definitely that is 11 too much.
Just easing off the pressure there, just giving Bayleaf Blasters ease.
Easy single there. So Smith not really flustered. Seemed to be very composed, just rotating the strike nicely, picking up the ones and twos. I think they understand that they're a bit ahead of the game. They have some 8 wickets in hand. No need to panic. Nothing, too difficult. The wicket doesn't seem to be playing anything that they cannot manage, and so they're looking really comfortable, racking up some 43-run partnership so far between the two.
Good fielding off his own bowling. As you can see, Olive is trying to make something happen.
Yeah, they need something to happen. They really do need something to happen right now. So the Pacers fans, they would want something to happen now just to get a breakthrough.
As you can see, the Cinnamon Pacers throwing around the body to ensure the run cut down to 1.
Yeah, had that beaten him, they definitely would have raced into the boundary for 4. So he has done really well to stop it there, because there's no one covering him, and he's up in the circle. So definitely good fielding. Not a bad over by Olive so far. Has been pretty tight, apart from the 5 runs that he has given away.
Pulled away down to deep square, but for only 1. Total move to 49 for 2.
Again, they build the pressure, but they tend to give it away so easily. Not being able to sustain you know, the type of pressure that is needed out there.
Just seems to cursing it and placing it just for the easy singles at the moment.
Yeah, the game is really easy. It's 25 from 25, so definitely no need to panic. They can just milk it around as we would normally say, and they come up with an easy win. Score at the end of the over, 50 for 2. Some 4 overs remaining. 4 overs, 4 very important overs for the Cinnamon Pacers. They would need a double strike, maybe a triple strike, maybe someone to come raise their hand with a hat-trick to ensure that they put some pressure onto the Bayleaf Blasters, who look so comfortable.
So to bring back the experienced Larry Edwards into the attack. They're hoping for he to do the trick here now, Rondell.
Yeah, definitely you would want a little breakthrough from Larry. Larry, we know has, and I think the two Smiths, they know him very well. So will they take a chance, or will they just continue to play in the vein that they have been? That one beating the infield, just placing it, threading the needle, as we would say. No big rush of blood, just pushing it, beating the diving fielder there, and races into the boundary. 4 more to Dennis Smith. He's moving his total now to 21 from 17 deliveries, and so it's easy going there.
That's what I call sweet timing of the middle.
Pacers need to really keep fighting. There seem to be some heads dropping, but they need to continue to fight. It's not over until the fat lady sings.
Good hustling by the batters, putting the fielders under pressure.
Yeah, again, the Pacers need to be a bit brisk. They need to really stay in the game. They were caught napping there, Smith realizing that, you know, no one is really busy to get there, and an easy single in the end. So definitely they are in control. They're really steering the ship as they want it. And it doesn't look like there's anything out there that could say differently.
Yeah. Get the ball. What is... Hey! Come. What's the police doing? Play the ball for me now.
What should have not been anything turned out to be 2 runs.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate. A direct hit by Taylor.
I pick up this somebody. Just play the ball for me.
Direct hit just causing that ball to go past the keeper there. But so what should have been maybe a run out or maybe a single has resulted in 3 runs. Again, Pacers just need to stay in the game. They just need to stay. Cinnamon Pacers fans, they would really encourage them to just stay in the game.
Easy like Sunday morning, Rondell. They're not busy.
Yeah. Right now, this is academic. It's just 1, 2, 3, ABC. Easy peasy. Can Larry give them something to smile about?
Too easy. Not easy, 2 runs again. That's too easy. Too easy. They have to find a way. It's a bit frustrating out there now for the Cinnamon Pacers, but they have to find a way. They're giving the batters too much easy singles.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating. You definitely wanting to be able to get on the winning cards. You know, it's gonna be pressurizing. They gotta keep their heads up. They gotta refocus. Just look to strengthen take the positives and really make something of it. It's not over yet, Afi. 60 runs. Maybe just about 13 needed, but 13 could be a very difficult chase in the context of T10 cricket.
If they could push a 2 dot deliveries or so and apply the pressure and force a big shot.
Run out. They're coming.
And they'll settle on one at the end of the over. 61 for 2.
So it's the end of the 7th over. And so 3 overs remain. 18 balls, 13 runs to get. Again, very easy. Nothing to worry about. They can just pick up some singles. Maybe one of them can leave a ball outside the off stump. There's nothing too difficult. But the Pacers, they would need to make it difficult. I think everybody looking at this broadcast will want them to make a game of this and not really give up at this point.
Probably the bowler could bring in an extra field and try to squeeze them a bit. Probably pushing out 2 dot balls or something.
Yeah, I think the captaincy needs to, he really needs to do something different. So far, it's very defensive out there. Maybe there's a bit of attack needs to be brought to the batsmen. Let them know that you're willing to go down fighting.
Easy single again, down to long on.
So it's Narayan bringing himself back in, hoping that he can get a breakthrough. I think the move in his first over, it did work. He got the big wicket, but can he bring another one? He would be hoping that lightning would strike twice, and maybe 3 times, 4 times, maybe 6 or 8 times.
Another error there by the fielder, giving that easy single again.
Yeah, they're really not on the top of their game, the Cinnamon Pacers. What should have been a really simple stop.
Fielder seems to be in a bit of discomfort there, like the ball had given a lash, hard knock.
Seemed to have struck him on the knee. It will shock a bit, but he will be all right.
So the total is 63 for 2. Dennis Smith not out on 26 of 21. Devon Smith 26 of 17 deliveries.
So another 11 runs needed by the Bayleaf Blasters. They would really be happy. Yeah, they would be happy with that position right now. Pretty routine. They had 1 loss, but coming back really strongly. So they're really making a statement that they are the champions, and they're fighting to make sure that they remain the champions. Display like this says to the other teams, hey, you gotta look out. We're not gonna roll over easily.
Two batters just showing the experience out there. No need to take no chances. The singles will win the game.
Yeah, really good mindset. And that's what happens when you have good players that are at that level where they do not panic. They know what is required. Needs to get something happening here. It's just a little too easy. That stroll in the park is just a little too easy.
That's the area they have been a little bit ill-disciplined, the extras.
Yeah, extras racing up to 15. So, and definitely they have not been too disciplined in defending a modest total. The score now moves to 70 for 2. Just another 4 needed, 1 strike away. The Bayleaf Blasters. And definitely they would feel comfortable, they would feel good being in that position. It will take a lot for them to lose this game from here. So the management of the Cinnamon Pacers, they will have to take a good strong look at what they have done so far, and maybe look to bring some changes. Maybe look to strengthen that team a bit. Going 3 down, it's putting you at a really big disadvantage for the remaining of the tournament. It means that they have to constantly be fighting to get themselves up, but it's still possible, so they would want to make sure that they restructure and come again.
Yes, they do. They will want to take a look into the team and, try to find a way to motivate the boys to try and make a comeback.
So it's Shea Duncan into the attack.
Another extra again. You gotta be disciplined in that area. With the low totals, you have to be disciplined and try to avoid much extras as possible.
Yeah, the extras just really, in defending a total like this, it's just too much. And so they have to regroup. They must regroup and come again. Now we see Michael Narayan bringing himself in short. Earlier you had these free singles, so I think they really need to look at their tactic there. This is as much as it is a fast-paced game, it is a pretty tactical game. You have to be on point, be able to execute. This is what they needed, they desperately needed. But again, Smith and Smith, no need to worry. 3 runs, 10 balls. It's they can maybe even block off a whole over, because it's just so comfortable for them.
Squeeze it through, and it will rush away, and manage to pick up two runs at the total 73 for 2. Another 1 run for victory.
So the scores are leveled. Just 1 needed. Is he going to bring in the field? Is he going to just hope to delay the victory for the Bayleaf Blasters?
Cries of catch, but it will just drop short of the man on long on. That will be victory for Bayleaf Blasters.
Yeah, that brings up the victory, ladies and gentlemen, for the Bayleaf Blasters. Pretty academic. Devon Smith, Dennis Smith again featuring in another huge partnership, a 70-run partnership. I'm showing that the Bayleaf Blasters, they are the team that are defending their championship, and they are not going to, really give in without a fight. And they're saying to the others, look, you got to come after us. We are the champions and we are going to defend. Though they've had 1 loss, but that loss has not done to them. They've regrouped, and you can see the approach from them.
Yes, that's of experienced players. They show the experience of them. So, they haven't panicked or anything. They just come out there and they know the situation, and they know once they're out there, the runs will come.
Yeah, really good outing for them. Another victory under their belt. They would feel happy. I know the management will be happy. The fans will be happy. And so it makes for a very interesting few days to come. Over the weekend, we have a few matches. I think they would be in action again. So their fans, they would want to come down and see what is going on. Take it in live. Make sure that they see the well-run unit, that of the Bayleaf Blasters. Cinnamon Pacers, they would have to try and ensure that they, regroup. Maybe look at their strategies a bit. Look to see how they can claw their way back into this tournament. Another loss may just sink them a little lower than they really would want to go. So let me give you a rundown of the Bayleaf Blasters. They've won the game, and they've won it with 1.2 overs to spare. Heron Campbell, he went without scoring. He was caught Narain off the bowling of Larry Edward. Wavell Benjamin was the next to go. He went again without scoring. Caught Edward this time, bowled Narain. So it's an Edward and Narain affair that has been happening. But unfortunately, these two have not been able to really bring further strikes. And so Dennis Smith not out 31 of some 27 deliveries. Devon Smith 27 of 19 deliveries, bringing up victory for the Bayleaf Blasters. Bowling for the Cinnamon Pacers, Larry Edward 2 overs, 12 runs, 1 wicket. Micah Narain 2 overs, 10 runs, 1 wicket. Jonathan Taylor 1 over, the solitary over, went for 10 runs. John Olive, he had 2 overs, 17 runs. Sean Delridges 1 over, 70 runs, no wickets. Che Duncan 0.4 overs, and just the 4 runs coming off, the 4 runs that was needed for victory. And so this wraps up this game. As we go down to Kerry once he's ready, we'll take in the presentation. I can tell you we have a very exciting game coming up after this, and so we would want everyone to stay tuned. Kerry, if you're ready, we will go right over to you. Right, so Afi, can you just give us a heads up as to that exciting feature that would come next?
Close challengers haven't lost a game yet. Saffron Strikers will try to see if they could break that winning streak of close challengers. So that will be an interesting one.
Close challengers, how would you put what they've done so far?
I think Close Challengers is playing really good cricket at the moment. I mean, they're giving an all-round performance, bat, ball, and field. So they will look to want to maintain that. Saffron Strikers won 1 and lost 1. So then we'll try to break that streak that Close Challengers have. So,
but what is interesting, Afi, is that this is a team that came last year, and this is a huge turnaround for them.
well, I guess they get a bit of motivation, you know. I guess they have some different players, you know, so I guess they have a good balance. So I guess they're making the balance work, and, you know, they're trying, and it's combining at the moment.
Yeah, so we're going to go down to Kerry.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Clyde. We're here at the post-match ceremony, recognizing the outstanding achievers in match number 7. We're going to start with the player for the most sixes in this match, Nkosi Sentile, the power striker in the match, 2 sixes, and he'll receive his prize from Isaiah Thomas. So can come Isaiah Peters. So if you could come closer and make the presentation, Isaiah. And also, also yesterday, Nkosi Sentile, he was a joint winner for that prize yesterday. We didn't present him at that time, but yesterday he got 6 sixes and today 2 sixes. So congratulations, Nkosi Sentile. Thank you. We now present to the bowler with the best economic rate for the match, and once again winning that prize is Neilon Pascal of Bayleaf Blasters with an economy rate of 4.5 runs per over. So we'll have the presentation. And we now present for the player of the match for his 3 for 15 of 2 overs, helping restrict the Cinnamon Pacers to just 73. The player of the match is Shaba Noel, and he's going to receive his prize award from Isaiah Peters. Shaba, if you just have a word. Coming in 3 for 15, must be pleased with your day's effort.
Yeah, pleased very much.
You've been called upon first time when the Bayleaf Blasters come into a defending champion setting. What's the mood like?
Well, I was in a pretty good mood, just throwing and ball the ball in direct spot.
All right, Shaba, we want to say congratulations to you for this match and the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
All right, so that was the presentation that's all from the presentation area.
Thank you very much, Kerry. So there we had it. Presentation has concluded, and so we are going to conclude here for a while. One game coming. Very interesting. The team that seemed to be on the roll, can they keep that roll going? We will see as we return. So from us here, we want to let you know that there's good sunshine, and so definitely we're going to have some really exciting cricket here at the National Stadium in St. George's. It's the Spice Isle T10, the Dream 11 Spice Isle T10 3.0.